Laurie, for being my co-pilot. Where do I begin? Now I'm nervous.
That's okay.
So I have been diagnosed with anorexia and over-exercise bulimia since I was 14, and had 4 relapses until my rock bottom. I was already coming to EDA meetings when I hit my rock bottom, which was really hitting the floor, and knew that in order for me to survive, I would have to freaking get help instead of trying to do it on my own. And I remember coming into these rooms and having almost like the littlest voice ever. Like, I had a very light voice. I mean, I sing and I'm a soprano, so I know I can go high, but it's almost like I couldn't speak. I lost myself somewhere, and I couldn't believe that I could have an eating disorder again in my 30s. I was 35 when I had my last relapse, and I didn't believe it. And so through this program and consistent therapy and going to EDA meetings or any 12-step meetings help me, keeps me on the path. Am I just saying what happened, or no? I don't want to
Experience, strength, and hope.
Hope. Basically OCD-based, trauma-induced. Every single time I started starving myself, it would always be something tragic that happened. The last time was that my dad had passed away, and I really didn't know how to manage my feelings, and I didn't even know I was doing it. I didn't even know I was doing it when I was 14. In fact, you guys are I'm probably like the oldest person in this room.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure I am. Pretty sure.
So.
Yeah. So when I was anorexic at 14, I'm pretty sure that I made it up myself. Like, it didn't exist. Nobody was talking about it. No one I knew had it. And so every time I relapsed back into it, there was nothing other than my friends or my family being like, what the F is wrong with you? Like, snap the F out of it, like, do something. So, running, I always had a salve, but I never had help. I never had counseling. I always figured it out until I'm an adult and the is hitting the fan. So besides therapy and the groups that I was in, I met my best friend still to this day from A New Journey. And we talk often, and not about this stuff, but it's tough because I've now been recovered for 6 years. It's like the longest I've been recovered, so I'm hoping it sticks. I think it will, because I can identify triggers where before I couldn't. I just would become depressed and spiral out of control without me even realizing it until things got effed up. Like, you guys probably know all the things that physically happened to you, but things were physically happening, and then all of a sudden the friends went away, and then it would affect my job, and I lost everything, like everything, to the point where I'm walking on the beach and praying to someone, my dad, to get me out of this. So it was not easy, and even being in these groups, I was so rejecting all of it. Just like, I can do this, I don't need help. But then after coming and even speaking and then helping other people in the program, I sponsored one girl who's still a very good friend of mine. It was more empowering. It sort of reignited my purpose for living. I don't know why I was destroying myself. I really can't tell you why. I think it was just because I thought I could have a handle on something when everything else was horrible. I mean, everything was horrible, and then I made it worse. I can't say it was, when I look at myself, or when I looked at myself, it was a problem necessarily with the way I looked. It was just I could put everything in a box. I know I'm not supposed to talk about certain things, but I'm sure we all know those things. I would put them in a box, and it made sense to me, and I could organize it. And and my therapy, my groups, you guys helped me get through it. Humor and writing, which is my forte. I did a one-person show, which started from a blog, which started from my speech here in these rooms after 1 year of sobriety or out of behavior, called Coming Out of the Refrigerator. 12 steps from the cold, dark place that lights up when you open it. And so I made fun of it. I made fun of it because I had to, because it's funny. It's a mental illness. It's not something that we're just trying on for fun. You know, it's a disease. But at the end of it, like, I would choose this mental illness over any other one. I get to live with it every day. I still do, just letting you know. I'm on support groups on like Facebook and stuff like that, and I remember trying to help just share my experience and strength and hope. That was it. And some woman went nuts over the fact that no, you can absolutely be healed from eating disorders and never be afflicted again. That's not what I was saying. I was just saying, but I actually live with a girl named Edie. We still live together.
Edie. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot you called it Edie.
And I have a graphic novel called The Choice.
Yeah, she has all kinds of
stuff. The origin story. I have a comic strip called Lady Yoga Superhero, and so the origin story is The Choice. Yoga became one of the selves for me, helped for me to recover. So this girl, Lola, you know, has Edie come back into her life, and I mean, so she's like tearing it up, like it's disgusting, the place is nasty, you know, she's naughty and bringing out all these bad behaviors. And that's how I felt. She was just effing things up for me. And she's still there, but she's paying rent now, and she's in her room, and, you know, everything's clean, and so she's just in the other space. We just don't talk. But I know she's there. We said earlier, you know, I just came back from India, so I'm a little jet lagged, but I was triggered. Did I do anything about it? Did I go dive into behavior? No. What's the point of doing this? What's the point of starving myself and body check and being and bones and what the hell is the point of that? When I can have a vibrant life and friends and family and fun. The tattoo helps too. Seeing the tattoo for recovery totally helps. And I think these rooms and these therapists, the staff here specifically for me, I don't know what I would do without them. I don't see a lot of them anymore. I see you the most. But I don't see them anymore. But I know they're there for me. And I know my girls are there for me whenever I need to talk to them. And I know these rooms are there for me. And I travel all over the country, you know, teaching yoga and doing massage and stuff. So I can find an EDA group anywhere or an OA group. I go to all of them. You know, when I feel low or I feel like I just need to be around my people, I go to those rooms, you know? So the writing was my jam. The comic strip was my jam. Seeing my therapist was great. Yoga helped me. And then once I felt like I was really recovered, like I'm not going to go back and be, I created a nonprofit called FED, Fight Eating Disorders. Because after continuing to work in these environments, I noticed that a lot of the men and women who were coming to these groups just stopped coming. I know it's part of the program. They stopped coming because their insurance wasn't covering it anymore. So it was my mission to start raising money for people to continue their recovery with FED. It's kind of a hot mess. Having a nonprofit is really hard, probably one of the hardest things I've done besides recovering. So I make it look different, you know? So I raise money when I can, and I donate it straight here. For whatever, it might pay for books. I don't know what it's paying for. Y'all are doing whatever you want. But then I created Body Pact. I know you have another alum, another gal here that does similar work that I do, and she's a rock star. But Body Pact is a yoga program and a meditation program that's helpful for people who are in recovery or out of recovery, where we help to reignite our purpose, accept where we are, have compassion for ourselves and those around us, and trust that where we're at is where we need to be right now. So that also helps me keeping finding a purpose. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, it was like I just lost myself. I lost a lot of weight, and I lost everything else. You know, I don't know what is, okay, if I'm going to talk
fine.
about, okay, but what this looks like now to me, it's like, it is what it is. It is what God gave me, and I work very hard to nourish it, because then if I don't, I can't be of service to anyone else. And my whole purpose in life is to be of service. There's no other purpose. It's to be your friend and your sister and your mother. You know, it's to be a nourishing, nurturing person, whether it's through yoga or massage or my comic strip or my writing or my stand-up. I mean, it's funny stand-up, but it's also, I mean, I've done stand-up on cancer. It's more than one person show. It's not really stand-up. But you can make cancer funny. My dad died of it, so I can use that. But, you know, and eating disorders are not funny. But they are to me, because that's the only thing that can help me get through is humor. Is any pain that I have, I can use humor and yoga and friendship as my salve. It's important that you the collective you have those things. And I know that the woman that I sponsored, she had helped me with the nonprofit for a little bit, but she just lost it. She lost any purpose in her life. And she was one of those ones where she got so bad that she had to be hospitalized, and it broke my heart, because she just didn't have a point. And that's what I was doing, and many other people do, is that we're just slowly killing ourselves. And that's not cool, because God has given you, or your idea of God, the divine something, gave you this life, and the picture looks like this, and it changes, and you can color it, and you can tan it, and you can put makeup on it, and you can dress it. But it was given to you for purpose, whatever that is, to be a dancer or a musician or of service to other people, a teacher or a barista. Mm-hmm. You have a purpose. And if you don't have one right now, it's so exciting, because then you can find it. When I was young, I was pretty sure I knew what I wanted to do, and I've done it. But there's a lot of people who just try a bunch of stuff, and I've had 5 careers. I'm 43 years old. I've had 5 different careers, and it's awesome. There's going to be one coming soon too. I have a new one. But it's fun to just keep trying stuff. Mm-hmm. and that feeling of desperation, it's like freaking yesterday. That sadness, that feeling of completely being alone. Family understanding what my family still doesn't understand me. You have your kula of your family. You have your family here. Even if you can't stand your family, this is your family. You always have support, and you are never alone. And there's always communication. I know for me, there was always that, I gotta just call somebody and just talk about those stupid things that you think only you're doing, that other people are doing, because I know you know what I'm talking about. But it's a daily, as far as experience, that's my experience. I don't know. I mean, I can tell you the dates were almost every 6 years. It was almost like, oh my God, here it is again. you know, and it was a lot of different things that I did, and always trauma. I mean, 9/11, boom, it was like, hello, buildings falling, and I'm, you know, and I didn't even know I was doing it. Strength, it's, you know, you gotta do it. You just gotta do the work. Do the work. It works. If you work it. Nobody's gonna keep you accountable but you and the people that believe in you. And we all believe, I believe in you. I don't even know your names. You know, but you gotta do the work. You can't just sit there and be lazy ass. You gotta do the work to make sure you're cool, you're good. You know? And hope, there's always hope. Find something. I remember one time, one meeting, someone had said, if you don't believe in God, you know, believe in the beautiful tree outside, believe in Michael Jordan, whatever, it was a long time ago. But, you know, believe in anything that you need to believe in. T Swift, I mean, come on.
T Swift.
You know, somebody that you believe in, or something that you believe in that you can pray to, that you can look to, that is a fuel for you to be divine, be in that reflection of the divine. That's my motto, my intention. In your divine light, I reflect. And that's the thing that came to me when I was on that beach. I literally was like squatting on a beach, close to homelessness, so tiny, broke. I mean, I lost so many it was awful. And I just was like, what do you want me to do, Dad? What? And then it just, all it was in your divine light I reflect. That's just the thing that came to me. And I walked from the beach up that Santa Monica, whatever, and I was like, okay. And then it was just like I was calm. I was able to just keep coming back. Just keep coming into the rooms and keep working with my therapist instead of being like, I gotta run. You know, I'm like, I don't have time for this. You know, or my nutritionist and being like, you know, and you know, it's annoying. But it's totally worth it. And there will be days and months and weeks that are really hard, but you know that you're doing the work that you need to do to be the best. It's training. You're training to be amazing. And every one of you is amazing. I'm amazing.
Yes,
no,
you are.
No, you know, like, no, sometimes I feel like shit, but it's just, you know, and then that little voice inside your head, you just like, I don't know if this is okay to say. I'm sure it's totally, how many minutes do I have?
Do it.
All right.
I actually grew up a minority.
No way.
I grew up in New York City in a neighborhood where I was literally the only white girl, and everybody else was these amazing, you know, African American and one Indian. We had one Indian and one Korean, and Kiara Osella. She's still such a good friend. Anyway, so I always remember thinking, and my mom even said to me, you know, I remember you coming home from school one day and being like, I just wish I had a zipper where I could be black during the day and white at night with you guys, because I felt so different even back then. And I know this is going to sound weird, but I feel like there's always this little black girl inside of me that's just like, don't do this, don't, you know, just, and every time that voice inside of your head, no, she's there and she's awesome. But it's that little voice inside of your head that's the good voice, not the one that says you suck and you're not good enough. She's the one that's sitting there in the corner like, yeah, you are. It's true. She's there to keep me in check. And my friends and my people. And that's kind of my deal. I don't know. Is that enough, or should I talk more?
Do you feel you're done?
I don't, yeah. I mean, I feel like it's there. I've never done this before, so it feels like, you know, I don't know where y'all are at, but savor this journey, even when it sucks. Savor it, because this experience is something you'll be able to share with the people that come in after. They need you. They need you. I need you.
Thank you.